2025, and good to see everybody this evening. And we're going to do just a little bit different this evening. I'm going to get a motion from our council to go into executive session here, and just our council. And basically it's, so I guess discussion and possible action concerning items posted and or posted by council for council's consideration in the executive session. So if I can get a motion.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
All right. We're back out. Returned out of executive session, and coming out of executive session, we've accepted the resignation of our city manager, Troy Hill. So, all that being said, we will call this workshop session to order. First is discussion and presentation from four Lampasas regarding potential hike and bike trails. Mr. Joe Abel.
Let's do this. I'm good. Y'all get a handout? Yes, sir. Okay, good. This is kind of for the audience. I'm gonna get away from this for just a second. This is the north and west side of the creek. And if you can see these dotted lines, that's where we're proposing to put the initial phase of the hike and bike trail. So we got it cleared out. Anyway, y'all can look at that. And Martha asked for more handouts. But the good news is the old fart cane cutters got the job done. We eradicated the giant cane, and I'm sure we'll have some backup spraying to do in the spring if we get it right. And we did get rid of the China berries and the Chinese tallow trees also. And while we were at it, we got rid of the Johnson grass. So, and we'll, you know how Johnson grass is. It'll probably take 2 or 3 times of herbicide application. But anyway, so we got it our trail staked out on the north side for the new hiking bike path. Sean took all those pictures with his drone as before, and he did a heck of a job. Makes it easy for me. And let's see. The path we're going to put down about 1-inch granite rock. And we're going to try to do a 6-foot path. And,
That crushed granite?
Yes. Okay. Well, like crushed granite, but big 1-inch, not the small stuff. But we'll roll it in, so it holds up better. Okay. And we're looking at doing a 6-foot wide path. We're still discussing where to put it on the south side. We're still working on the easement. There's some question on whether or not an individual owns it or the city owns it. But I think we're good on this side. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and we'll probably get started with y'all's blessing. Probably get started before the end of the month and try to get it down so people can use it.
Do you have a timeline when you're looking at finishing or when it's
Well,
usable?
you know, since everybody's working and stuff, it's kind of, we'd like to, I'd just say, what's today, the 13th? It'd be nice to get it down by Halloween.
Oh,
wow.
It's possible. You know,
Can we have another catfish fry?
maybe. No, you know, and we can't do any landscaping because it's just too dry. And, you know, there's no reason to. So, but anyway, that's it.
Mr. Abel, with the exception of the piece of property that we don't know exactly who owns it, or you're trying to figure that out, is the rest of this, it's all on private property? Is that, or how, I'm just curious.
Most of the property on the, I guess, west or north side that we're doing it is city property or private property. Okay. A lot of the property on the south side is city property. And part where the Arundo was really bad, they used to have a path there and had lights and a little bridge that went across the creek. And so, you know, we're going to try to figure out or try to make a deal with the landowner, hopefully. So,
Okay.
anyway.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any more questions?
Thank y'all.
That's it. Thank you.
thanks for all your work.
And with that, discussion regarding any items on the regular agenda from October the 13th, 2025. And there is none? No, we're still in workshop. So we'll get a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I'm being asked to take just a 5-minute break here if we can. Thank you, guys. I'm going to ask our council member, Edward Gold, to do the invocation for us tonight. All rise.
Let's bow our heads and pray. Heavenly Father, God, we're just humbled before you, God. We thank you for just opportunity to come before you in prayer. And just, God, we just pray that you watch over this evening, God. We know that you are in charge of our community, that you know that you are in charge of this world. And we're just thankful to be a part of what you are doing, God. We just pray that you work through us in your community and that, God, that this is just a town after your own heart. We just thank you so much and we love you. It's in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Y'all can join me in us in the pledges. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to you, Texas, one state, under God, one indivisible.
Got a couple of proclamations right here. The month of October is, we're going to do a prayer proclamation here, as whereas the city of Lampasas recognizes the power of prayer to strengthen our spirits and draw us together and create hope for a better tomorrow. And whereas Americans have turned to prayer for strength, inspiration, and solidarity. whereas let us be thankful for liberty that allows all people of all faiths to worship, thankfulness of many freedoms and blessing that we take for granted. And whereas we can find hope and comfort in the grace and guidance of a loving God. And whereas let us pray for the men and women of our armed forces, police officers, firefighters who put themselves out in harm's way, healthcare professionals, teachers, and all those who make daily sacrifice, including our family, our friends, and our community. And whereas the National Day of Prayer is recognized the first Thursday in May, the city would like to proclaim October as a month of prayer. Whereas the Spirit of Love Thy Neighbor Day on October 5th, pray for unity, encouraging others, inspire and take care of one another. And now therefore, I, Herb Pierce, Mayor of the City of Lampasas, along with the City Council, do hereby proclaim October as a month of prayer. Thank you. Next one we have up is St. Mary's Episcopal Proclamation. I think we have a group here tonight. Is that? Why don't you guys come on up front here? St. Mary's Episcopal Church Proclamation. Whereas the City of Lampasas recognizes the first Episcopal Bishop of Texas, Alexander Gregg, declares the St. Mary's Episcopal Church Lampasas organization as a mission of the Episcopal Diocese of Texas, 1875, 150 years ago. And whereas Bishop Gregg had earlier detached Dr. Thomas S. Denny, a distinguished medical doctor, to Lampasas in the absence of an ordained clergy to serve as a lay reader to bring the worship of God and the tradition of the Episcopal Church to the people of Lampasas. And whereas the sanctuary of St. Mary's Episcopal Church in Lampasas was built in the very heart of Lampasas with Jesus Christ as a cornerstone, and has for many years now been the oldest house of worship and still in continuous use in Lampasas. Whereas the people of St. Mary's have proclaimed the gospel of Jesus Christ in this city for at least 7 generations now through sundry, swift, and varied changes, including floods, economic depression, wars, pandemic, and other hardship, trusting in the providence of a loving and faithful God. Whereas today, the people of St. Mary's Episcopal Church have welcomed everyone in Lampasas and beyond to celebrate its historic milestone of faith, including the presence of Bishop Gregg's successor and the distinguished 9th Episcopal Bishop of Texas, the Right Reverend C. Andrew Doyle, who is the shepherd of many parishes and mission in the Diocese of Texas. And now, I, Herb Pierce, Mayor of the City of Lampasas, along with the City Council, do hereby proclaim a moment of celebration and honor as this day of worship and thanksgiving to take place in the City of Lampasas.
It's like a natural piping.
Thank you, guys. Thank y'all. Thank you.
Thank y'all. I like y'all's windows. Thank y'all.
Oh, now that's good. That was good. Let there be light. Wow. Where is this here pinning ceremony? Do it. I need the information on the pinning ceremony. Oh, okay, all right, good. I didn't hear what you said. Okay. All right. All right. And tonight we have a great honor of pinning our new fire chief, Tim Davis. If you'll come forward, please, and family. Chief Davis, I want to congratulate you and thank you. How long have you served here in Lampasas? Almost 2 years. All right. Welcome.
Have you been a firefighter?
27 years. You know, and I just encourage all of our citizens to keep this guy in your thoughts and actually our whole fire team. We want to thank you for everything that you guys do for us. We couldn't make it without you. Appreciate you. Next one up is swearing in of a new police officer, Victoria Valdez Box.
Mayor, Council, I'd like to introduce you all our newest officer, Victoria Box. Officer Box was raised in the Bertram area and graduated from Burnett High School. Officer Box has worked various jobs growing up and felt that she had a calling to join the ranks of law enforcement and follow her father's footsteps. Her father, Raymond Valdez, served as an officer for over 20 years in the Burnett area. Officer Box was hired as a cadet and attended the 2025 Bravo Basic Peace Officer course, where she graduated earlier in September. Officer Box currently resides in Bertram with her husband and commutes to Lampasas, where she is currently in our FTO program. We've had nothing but positive praise about Officer Box and look forward to many years with the Lampasas Police Department. We're excited to see where her career takes her.
Yes, ma'am. Well, welcome aboard. Thank you. Public hearing, and we have a 3-minute time limit on the public hearing. Any citizen comments who desires to address the city council on a matter that is not included on the agenda may do so at this time. For possible posting and discussion by council on future agenda, the city council may not deliberate on items presented up underneath this agenda item, and we do have a few tonight. I believe Mr. Allen, Jess Allen. I've got him on the list here. No, he must have left. Okay, how about Mr. Olson, Mike Olson, otherwise known as Mr. Mo? Motown.
You need to know where I live and all that stuff? Good. My name's Mike Olson. I've been trying for 2 years to get baseball tournament, softball tournament out here at our complexes and use our facilities. And I'm about that close. And then I looked at our fees on the fee schedule for Lampasas, and I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So, I don't know if y'all do, and y'all probably do, but I looked at our fees, and for anybody to come into Lampasas right now and do a tournament, 2 days with all the fees that are associated with it, $4,800 just to do a tournament. That's not any profit. That's nothing. That's just for me to pay Lampasas to do it. I compared some other cities. The city of Gatesville, $750 a day, $1,500. They got 4 fields. We've got 6. I also, little background, I used to put on Perfect Game in 5-tool tournaments for about 5 or 6 years. I managed them in the city, not for Taylor, but for Perfect Game. And I was at the Taylor Complex. And if any of y'all have been to that, they've got 5 fields in a group with a concession stand right in the middle, and you can have 5 teams on this side, 5 age groups on one side and 5 on the other. So I did the math on that. I talked to the guy with Perfect Game that ran those and rented them out. Their kind of agreement was for the 5 fields, 10% of the concession, $10 per team. And they averaged 35 teams for those 5 fields. It's $2,300 for 2 days. If we want people to start using our fields, we got to lower prices. People ain't making, we're not Dallas, we're not even Killeen. When you can go to Gatesville and rent it a whole lot cheaper, and they've got 4 fields. I've talked to some people in Gatesville because I do work over there also. Anywhere from $100,000 to $200,000 in revenue on a 2-day weekend. Because if they go to Gatesville, they're not going anywhere else. They're going to eat in town. They're going to go to Walmart. You know, Mama's going to go shopping on the square if anything's open, or watch little Johnny play ball. We know how mothers are with baseball. We got it. But I just wanted to bring that to your attention. I know it's not on the agenda, but I travel a lot, and so I figured I'd come up here to let y'all know. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Mr. Sam Jackson.
Good evening. Some of this is kind of out of date now, but my name is Sam Jackson. My parents, Jeff and Mary Lou Jackson, own a house on 4th Skyline Drive. There was an incident on August 19th that caused severe damage to their home. A cross arm on the power pole behind their property broke and caused a high voltage line to land on the wire going to their house. This caused the electric meter and breaker box outside to be destroyed. Some electronic devices in the house are also destroyed. Most importantly, a gas line, it caused a gas line to rupture and catch on fire in the heater closet. The gas was shut off before the house burned down, but it still destroyed the AC and heater unit inside the house. Thankfully, most of the electronic devices in the house was spared. Overall, the damage was about $18,500. There was no storm at the time, no outside influence that caused the arm to break. It just broke, probably due to age. This was the city's pole, and it wasn't even on their property. After this happened, we met with the former city manager and 2 other city employees. They told us that we would have to file an insurance claim, otherwise took no ownership of the issue. Millers repaired the breaker box, and when they went to get the permit, they were not charged for that because the city knew it was at fault. After a few weeks passed, we heard back from the insurance company. They denied the claim. And the reasoning was because a vehicle wasn't involved, the city wasn't liable. He was supposed to give that report to my father through email, but he never did and left no valid way to contact him. And this time the city got a new city manager. Upon receiving the news that the claim was denied, my father wanted to meet with him to discuss it and dispute it and see what we could do. Because the city was at fault here, I mean, wasn't them. He wouldn't even meet with them. As far as he was concerned, the matter was settled when they denied the claim. Not only that, when he reached out to the city for a copy of the claim that he himself filled out, the new city manager stonewalled him with a Freedom of Information Act request for a form that he filled out. That's just no way to treat your citizens when you're a city manager of a city whose equipment failure nearly burned their house down. I'm here today to make you aware of this and also request that the city pay for the damages that equipment failure caused. The city is at fault here. It was the city's power pole, it was the city's electric lines, and it didn't even occur on their property. That's really all I have to say about that matter.
Mr. Jackson, when did this happen?
August 19th.
So just recently.
Yeah, pretty recently.
Anybody else have any questions or anything?
That
Well, I missed the address. What was the address again, sir?
4 Skyline Drive.
4?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm gonna ask one more question. Did, y'all claim on your insurance and then the insurance then turn around and claim at TML, or did y'all just make the TML claim
We made the claim with, well, my father made a claim with TML.
with TML?
Yes.
Have y'all contacted your insurance company just in case they can help you with the TML claim?
Well, that's still outstanding, but there's still a hefty deductible when that's, as far as that goes.
How much is your deductible?
It's about three, something like that,
Yeah.
5,300.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much. Mr. J.R. McBride.
Honorable Mayor Pierce and council member. I'm John McBride from Lampasas County. I appreciate your time and consideration. I'm addressing the items about the park trail development. In 2014, I submitted a sealed bid that the city accepted, granting me equitable title to the property in question under the terms where better intent governs. However, the property lines remain unclear, and I've requested a city title search to enable my attorney to consult with the city attorneys, prepare a correction deed, and allow for proper surveying. Adjoining neighbors may have assumed about ownership that need resolution to prevent disputes. Proceeding with trail construction could impact the unresolved property, potentially leading to legal complications. I respectfully request that the council table this item until the title work with legal consultants are complete, ensuring that all actions are based on accurate information. I appreciate your time and consideration in protecting everyone's interest, and I certainly appreciate everything that everybody's done to promote Lampasas, particularly for Lampasas. Thank y'all.
So you're asking us to table this with the, until we get the attorney feedback, is that?
I would request that, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Sean Kirkpatrick? He's gone?
Yeah.
He out there?
He left.
Oh, he left, okay, he's gone, all right, thank you. 1.2, citizens comment. Any citizen who desires to address the city council on a matter that is included on the agenda may do so at this time. And there is none.
I had my name on the list. At the bottom. There was only one list in the back. So I wrote on the bottom of it, items not on here.
Right, okay.
I just had to know.
I didn't see yours down there. I'm sorry, Mr. Bowden. I'm for it.
Thank y'all. It's no big deal. I just wanted to give y'all a little report. The school gave a tour of the middle school today. The principal over there and Shane Rasco and what's his name? Yeah. It was a really good tour. It was eye-opening. Toured the whole middle school campus, showed us the condition of things. We talked to several of the teachers. It's about the only day we could do it. For those of you that may not have been at the last board meeting, Shane Rasco gave us a great presentation, and it was lengthy. There were lots of questions, and people just kept asking, and he said, you need to come see it. You just need to come see it. A lot of the stuff you hear, it's hard to believe, but he said, you just need to come see it for yourself. So I asked him what he was doing on Columbus Day, and he said, well, I don't guess anything. I said, well, y'all need to give us a tour. So they did. It was great. It was eye-opening. They have a really big meeting tomorrow night. It's going to be the meeting that I think they finalized some things. As we walked through, they pointed out things that are kind of historical, like the old gym, the Quonset gym, that we upset the #2 team in the state one night in 1973. Lake Travis. Yeah, that gym was worth 25 points. I'm neutral on it. I told him they have 3 different options. I don't think they're considering anything outside of that location, but the 3 options revolve around trying to save this and not this. So I think it's a very important meeting. Y'all need to everybody needs to go who can. It'll be at the school board meeting. That's all I signed up to speak about. I don't know how critical that is where it says what you want to talk about, but I got a phone call right as y'all adjourned a while ago from my wife, Debbie. Tonight is the night of the Moore event. I wanted to say something about that. It's ironic to me, y'all did the proclamation with the church and the love thy neighbor, just something you said in the proclamation. I couldn't find it in the packet. There were some real sweet words in that about what's going on in our country right now. Debbie called me and said, oh my gosh, we set up 350 chairs. They usually have about 300 people. Just hoping they're standing room only. There's people standing. There's over 400 people out at the hangar tonight. Women. This is the Moore event. You know, I had a couple of people in our group that wanted to come, that I told them about the Moore event. Those ladies work so hard for that. It's a once-a-year deal. They're in their 12th year. I'm glad to see them having so much success. I think a lot of good things have come from that. But a couple of people in our group asked me, a couple of women, that I said, y'all need to go to one. Well, there's a really important council meeting tonight. Which one should I go to? And I just told them, I said, when you come away from a council meeting, you don't always feel all that good. I said, I promise you, if you go to the Moore event tonight, you'll come home and you'll feel good for several weeks. And so I hope that's where they went tonight. I don't see any of them there, so thank y'all. Thanks for letting me speak, and I know them a lot, so thank y'all.
Thank you. We will move to 2.0, discussion of possible action regarding the approval of minutes of the regular meeting held on September the 22nd, 2025.
I didn't see any changes, recommend approval.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
I want to take a few minutes on the mayoral comments, and I know it's board and department reports and kind of what we've got going on in our city. And I think we've got one of the most special cities in the state of Texas, if not the country. And it was difficult tonight. We had our city manager, and this would be the third one that we've gone through here in the last year and a half. And you know, sometimes it's disheartening when that happens. But I know down at City Hall, I know we've got some of the finest people at City Hall, and I'm so thankful for you guys. I've talked with several of you, and we're going to be okay. We've got Erin Corbell. She's agreed to kind of step into some areas of leadership not necessarily back where she was, but she's taken on the role right now of our finance director, which she's just done a tremendous job. She's been one of the most transparent managers and now finance directors that in my tenure here and serving on the council and as mayor. I think our council members would back me up on that. So we're blessed to have her, the rest of our staff, our roads, our wastewater treatment plant, our PD, IT. Kaylee, we got Kaylee on. She's doing a tremendous job, and you know, publicly, I want to thank all of our staff. It is humbling for me to see what you guys do, and Judge, we thank you for your leadership too, and Chief Tim, Chief Jody, Charlie, you guys are awesome, and you know, it's kind of sometimes as disheartening as these things go. We're gonna roll up our sleeves and we're gonna go to work. We're gonna, you know what, Lampasas is a great small town. It's a great community to live in. We're a family town. I always tell people this when they ask, what does Lampasas stand for? What is Lampasas? And I said, well, what I've seen Lampasas stand for, it's Boys and Girls Club raising $400,000 to $500,000 in one night for our kids. It's our stock show. People come out, raise almost $700,000 a night for that. We support our town, our community. Are we perfect? We got a long ways to go. But I think with the community that we're at, you know what, you guys forward Lampasas. I've never seen a group of guys and ladies and gentlemen that, you know, that are pulling in their own resources and going out there and chopping, painting the grass down, to beautify a city. Most of the time, cities pay for that stuff. You guys are doing that out of your pocket. And, you know, that's the type of people that this council serves and that we're going to continue to serve. And I want to thank you to all of our citizens. And I think about Mike Irvin and, you know, I see you guys out there. You know, the great improvements that you made up here at this 4th Street and Robert Lansford, and, you know, you took over the airport and took it out of the parks. And you made some great strides out there. And I think I got word today that there was a ton of airplanes coming in buying fuel. And that was all due to your work. I mean, we've got some hotels coming into town maybe, and new restaurants. There's a lot of good stuff that's happening here in our community. And I'm again overwhelmed and thankful. And you know what? We're gonna get a manager in here that's gonna be part of this. And this council here, I can guarantee you, we have no motivation other than to serve our citizens, take care of our citizens, take care of the taxpayers' dollar. We don't want to go out here and go wild with your money. It's important. We are a conservative town, and that's my comments. And I just wanted to thank you guys tonight. That being said, we'll go to we'll skip that. Discussion and possible actions regarding an awarding a bid to Lone Star Site Work LLC for the ADA paving at the Hostess House in the amount not to exceed $81,950.10.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This item was placed on the agenda. We need to move forward with the last step of our Hostess House project. Okay. We had a bid opening that it's been a couple weeks. This was on the last agenda, but they were verifying some of their. Sorry, get distracted. They were verifying some of their information. So Derek Eckerman did a great job. He reached out to all of their past projects that they've done, verified that everything was good to go, and he has given a recommendation to award the bid to Lone Star Site Work LLC.
I make a motion to award the bid to Lone Star Site Work LLC for ADA parking in the Hostess House in the amount of $81,950.10.
Second.
Any comments? Kelly, now this is in the budget, this is not an overage or anything like that.
We actually earmarked $250,000 for it, so we're pretty significant under budget.
Thank you.
And then the Eckermans did review the engineering and they're all cool with that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
4.2, discussion and possible action regarding the first reading of the amendment, Appendix A, City Code Fee Schedule concerning fee for Chapter 2, Administration, Article 8, fire department facilities use, chapter 14, aviation hangar rental, parking fee, chapter 18, building and building regulations, chapter 54, parks and recreation, aquatic fees, lessons, pools, rental, golf programming, course, golf rental, course membership fees, rental fees, hostess house fees, chapter 66, street, sidewalks and other public places, maintenance fees, and chapter 82, utilities, backflow prevention, tester repair fees, all of which are further detailed on Exhibit A of this ordinance, providing for repeal of conflicting ordinance, providing a severability clause, and providing an effective date.
Mayor and Council, back when we started our budget workshops, we sent an email out to all directors with the fee schedule requesting if they had any recommended changes for the next fiscal year. We received a significant amount back, and then our former city manager had made several significant changes on it. So at this point, you're seeing a lot of new fees, some fees that have been changed significantly. We do have to move forward with our utilities fees in order to start those on our next billing cycle, and those were approved during budget workshops. Everything else can be discussed.
Is there a way we can move forward with just the utility fees?
Yes,
There's
right.
a lot of stuff in here. I mean, I've got pages and pages of, looks like we want to be charging an hourly rental fee for people to practice on some of the fields. I think that's overkill.
I do know she's not here, she's actually sick today, but I do know that Bailey did a 10-city benchmark of their fees. And it was provided to our former city manager, and new fees were created. I don't know if that fell in the benchmark or where they came from.
Yeah, this time, we just, in my opinion, need to approve just the utilities and move forward with what we've already submitted budget workshop previous, and then hold off on any of these other fees at this time.
I second that.
I did have a chance to talk to Bailey, and I would really like to have a chance to really review in depth some of those thoughts she has on there. There's some services that could be really helpful to our community, but I agree that it's a good suggestion, include all of those at this point. So, which portions are there? Some portions of the ordinance that you would identify here, Bailey?
I'll be taking out everything except for chapter 66 and chapter 82. Those are the two
82B.
I'm sorry.
82B.
Yes. And I do have a copy of a fee schedule that there were some recommended changes from Bailey on. Those were completely changed by Troy. So I have a different one I can send out if you want to review it, but that's really up to you.
I know we don't spend enough time here. I was wondering if maybe we could do like some kind of workshop soon to go over a lot of these fees.
I would really appreciate that, and getting behind some of the reasoning and some of the thoughts, rather than just, it's not just numbers.
I agree, I think we need to workshop this before we even look at it.
I can look at getting that scheduled for you.
You have a motion and a second on the table.
The motion and the second on the table is for chapter 66 and chapter 82, is that correct?
Yes.
Well, that's not changing any of the fees, is that?
Are you needing a separate meeting just for the fee schedule or on a workshop item?
Workshop.
I think just the workshop night is fine.
Can absolutely do that.
Yeah. I mean, I would suggest pick a night that we don't have a full agenda, so we're not here till 10 o'clock.
Now, on this motion, does that also include a workshop discussion, the aviation, airport, this fees that are in here?
I was talking about the whole fee packet,
everything.
except for chapter 66.
We basically only have two and excluded everything else.
We have a motion and a second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4.3, discussion and possible action regarding the reappointment of Justin Nyland and Mike Watson to the Airport Advisory Board.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This item went to the airport board at the beginning of this month. We moved Robert down to a alternate position. We moved one of the alternates into his position, and they recommended for Justin Milam to fill the vacant position that they have.
I would like to move to reappoint Justin Milam and Mike Watson to the Airport Advisory Board.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
4.4, discuss and consider a selection of winner of city website photo contest entry.
I'd like to make a motion for number 5. Mr. Mayor.
Which one? 5.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
I'm gonna jump down to 4.6, discussion of possible action.
You're gonna have to read it and take a motion.
4.5, motion to table discussion of possible action regarding the first reading of an ordinance amending chapter 18 code ordinance of building and building regulations to add a new section governing the temporary boarding of windows and doors and providing for enforcement penalties and severability and effective date.
I move to table this to the next meeting.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
4.6, discussion of possible action regarding the award of a contract for utility line tree trimming to LCRA and McCoy's Tree Surgery in the amount not to exceed $209,000.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. This item is brought to council every year for our annual tree trimming. We always partner with LCRA and McCoy Tree Trimming to do it, and this is the contract for this year.
Make a motion to bid McCoy Tree Surgery and SRA trim trees out of the power lines in an amount not to exceed $209,000 and to allow the interim city manager to execute any required documents.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Is this, I mean, I know it's budgeted, but do we bid this out, or is this like a cost share thing with LCRA?
Since it's a cooperative,
We bid it out,
Sanford.
we cost share.
It's not cost sharing.
It's not cost share.
So,
No.
The city
is
will-
there a reason we don't ever bid it out to other companies, just see where they stand?
Well, LCRA is taking bids every year and we kind of under the umbrella of them.
Okay, so LCRA gets the bids together, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was
They have a
wondering.
cooperative purchasing agreement with LCRA that reaches out to other people, right? Yes.
Yes.
So they're
they
the
do.
ones that provide that service. Thank you.
On a side note, good job getting Cannon Springs up so fast.
So we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
4.7, discussion of possible action regarding the purchase and installation of 496 Neptune water meters and 74 1-inch Neptune water meters from Core in Maine for a total of $238,346.36.
Good evening, council. This item was discussed during budgetary preliminary hearings. This will end our 3/4 inch water meter changeout program and do half of our 1-inch.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
How many meters are we talking here for that price?
That 496 3/4 inch meters and 74 1-inch meters.
Mr. Sims?
Yes, sir.
Am I reading this right, that we budgeted $275,000, and it came in at $238.
Yes, sir. We have to upgrade our software, so some of that 272 is going towards the upgrade of the software for meter reading system.
I make a motion to approve the purchase and installation of 570 water meters from Corner, Maine for $238,346.36 and authorize the interim city manager to execute all related documents.
Second.
Any other discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
4.8, discussion of possible action to close Third Street between Live Oak and Pond beginning at 6 p.m. and 10 p.m. for fall movie night on the square hosted by Pretty Little Things by Kayla.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Kayla had a family emergency come up, so this had to be canceled, so we'll need to remove it from consideration.
That's it.
All right, get a motion to adjourn.
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.